Nothing in football other than transfers are decided in August. Titles are not won on sodden summer evenings like this, and there is always the risk of looking foolish when you draw conclusions based on just 3 league games. But Manchester United have got their swagger back under Jose Mourinho. There is an arrogance about this United side, flowing from the manager down, that even at this embryonic stage of the campaign, does not look misplaced. That will upset plenty of people in English football, of course, but it should delight their own supporters. It was there when they entered the KCOM Stadium. It was there then they stood with hands on hips before the first whistle. It was there then they celebrated Marcus Rashford's late winner, and it was there then they boarded the team bus with a win that means they go into the international break top of the Premier League. Hull's effort should not be ignored. They are performing superbly in adversity, and Rashford's goal, after good work from Rooney to pick him out in a crowded area, was a little cruel, but this was a classic United win, just when it looked as though they were set to suffer the first setback of the Mourinho era. Hull were 5-0 and fired up. The Tigers are not tamed easily, despite the turmoil they have been through during a summer in which they have lost the most successful manager in the club's history, Steve Bruce, as well as their best players, Ian. Only 2 players have been signed for the first team since promotion in May, and one of those, Dirvan Kuliak, is a backup goalkeeper. Because of the uncertainty created by lengthy takeover talks, Hull were not supposed to start the season so well. He may only be the caretaker manager, but Mike Allen has done the remarkable job in the toughest of circumstances, coping not only with the lack of new signings, but also an injury list that means he only has 13 fit senior players. Desperate for a chance to prove he is what it takes to become a manager after spending 13 years on the coaching staff at Manchester United, Allen is eager to be given the job others, including Bruce, have swerved. The odds remain staked against him. The takeover is close, but not close enough to have any impact on the club's spending power in this window. When the new owners do eventually take control, there is every chance they will want to appoint their own manager rather than the one they inherited. At least he is the running. To win out of 2 in the league means Hull may only need 8 more wins and a handful of draws to avoid relegation. Whatever happens, Allen has got them off to a better start than anyone predicted. They make only a small group of players, but they are full of confidence after the victories over Leicester City and Swansea, and they enjoyed the better of the opening exchanges here without managing to test goalkeeper David De Gea. Instead, the first clear chance fell to United, when Zlatan Ibrahimovic glanced a header over the bar, but Hull were diligent at the back and tried to pounce on the counter-attack when they could. Their attacks were sporadic but dangerous. Robert Snodgrass failed to make the most of 2 free kicks conceded by Matthew and Fellaini on the edge of the United area. The Scotland international was also denied a tap-in at the far post by some excellent defending from Luke Shaw. United might have their swagger back, but this was not the night for pretty football. Hull made them work for everything, and when they did carve out an opening, Curtis Davies blocked Wayne Rooney's shot on the line before Anthony Martial somehow failed to make contact with a Rooney cross at the far post under pressure from Hamid El Mohammadi. Ibrahimovic also should have scored just before halftime, but having done the hard work to get the ball under control and around Djokovic, his back heel went wide, much to his obvious annoyance. United were going to have to be patient as they continued to dominate possession and territory, although Mourinho will have instructed them to move the ball a little quicker in the second half, through rather than across Hull's defensive lines. Hull's cause was not helped by an injury to Snodgrass at the start of the second half, but they continued to make things difficult for United's attacking players. Ibrahimovic and Rooney looked slow and ponderous together, while Martial was badly out of sorts and was duly replaced by Henrik Mkhitaryan. Ibrahimovic almost scored immediately, a snapshot that was deflected wide. The pressure was building. Hull rarely took the ball out of their half, and Pogba almost scored with a shot from 30 yards after spotting Djokovic out of position. Rooney drafted an effort wide. Ibrahimovic repeatedly failed to control the ball properly in the area. Pogba sliced the free kick, much to the delight of the home support. Marcus Rashford, on for Magus, was denied by an excellent low save. David Mailer might have won it for Hull in the closing stages, but fired over. Rashford did not make the same mistake with a side-footed finish from 6 yards.